Hey guys, it's Jaylon. Welcome back. I'm here today to share with you my update for Clue Special Painting Edition. This is a Pantastic Ladies Collab project, and it was created by Stephanie L. Her YouTube channel is StephL2962. I will link it down below. And for this project, we work on 3 items from each category: suspect, weapons, and rooms. And as we meet our goals on them, which we determine the number of uses based on rolling the dice. So once we hit our goal, we're able to use that prompt, or we're able to use that particular item in part of our guess. So we guess in the Facebook post, and Stephanie will go in and give us commentary about our guesses. And yeah, it's fun. I freaking love this project. I hope it comes back next year. So let me share with you the items I was working on for suspect, weapons, and rooms, and which ones I was working on. And then I'll share with you my guess and what I can eliminate, and then what the new things I'm going to work on are. So for the suspects, I was working on 3 items. I was working on 3 items for all of these. The first one was Miss Scarlet, a red product or packaging. So I went with this MAC eyeshadow. This is the Shade Shifter Duochrome eyeshadow in Right Before Your Eyes. It's beautiful, and the dice gave me 4 uses to be able to roll this prompt out. There's the shade. So I did use it 4 times, and I was able to include this Miss Scarlet in a guess. The second prompt I was working on was Mr. Green, a green product or packaging. So I had rolled in this Cleona eyeshadow. This is the Electric Multichrome in Motif. I did not hit my goal on this one. The dice gave me 8 uses, and I've used it 4 times so far. So I still have 4 uses to go. I will be able to hopefully guess Mr. Green next month. And the last prompt I was working on was Mrs. White, a white product or packaging. So I have this MAC eyeshadow in Blanc type, and I had to use it 9 times, which I did, of course, and I was able to roll it out. I use this pretty much every day, like after I've set my eyeshadow primer, just to lighten my eye space. So those are the 3 products I was working on. I hit my goals on 2. Moving on to the weapons. So I had the lead pipe, and that prompt is a pencil. So I rolled in the Physicians Formula Custom Eye Enhancing Eyeliner in the shade, well, it was part of the Warm Nude Eyes trio. So this is like a dark brown, bronzy brown. I really did like this. I enjoyed using it. The dice had me use this 6 times, and I really did enjoy it. Ziggy. Hi, Zig. Zigster. He likes to get on top of my hamper, but I think because he gets on it so often, it falls, like the top falls all the time, the lid, and so he ends up inside the hamper. Oh my gosh, that is too funny. I think he likes it in there. So funny. Okay, yeah, so had to use this one 6 times, hit that goal, so I was able to use it as a guess this month. Next weapon was the knife, a product you use to contour. This powder. I hadn't hit my goal on this last month, so I still had to use it 2 more times. I had 9 uses based on the dice, and I had used it 7 times last month. So I needed to use it 2 more times. The Kevin Aquan contour powder. It's broken again. I am over this powder. Look at how broken it is. I've been using this to Franken. I'm no longer going to use this as contour powder. Hi. Anyway, I am over this powder. Yeah. I will probably continue to use this to Franken through the end of the year. But after that, it's got to go. It's got to go. So I met my goal on that one. Then the last one I was working on is rope. a product you are roped into buying, influenced, sale, gift with purchase, etc. So I had the Herborian BB cream, and this is in Claire. I was roped into buying this from an influencer. So there is the cream. I had to use this 7 times, which I did. And I'm super happy because that's how much I've used of this so far, which is great. So yeah, I could put this one in, I guess. The last section are rooms. And so I was working on lounge, a no makeup product. So I had the Sol de Janeiro Brazilian Kiss Capuachu lip butter. I'm trying to finish this one this year. That's how much is left. I had to use this one 11 times, and I did. And there's not much left. I mean, I'm close to finishing, which is great. Next one was Library, a palette. So I had this Lorac Shine Bright palette in, and the dice told me I need to use this 3 times. And I did. Now this palette probably looks a little bit different than it did last month. And maybe you don't remember, but I've used this to franken a bunch. I have a frankening video coming up soon from some things I did with my Norvina palette and the Viseart palette. So anyway, I did use this the 3 times that I needed to. So this prompt is rolling out. And then the last one I was working on is Dining Room, a food related product. So I had the MAC eyeshadow in Sushi Flower, and I rolled this in the dice made me use it 6 times, which I did. And so this one is also rolling out. Now, there we go. One thing that I totally missed and didn't realize until recently is if I have a prompt that I did not guess, but I met my goal on, I can save that one for later. And so I do have the library for the Lorac Shine Bright, which I have not guessed yet, as well as the Sushi Flower for Dining Room that I have not guessed yet. So I have the library and dining room kind of in my back pocket to guess at a later date because I haven't guessed I've guessed them, but I've also redone the same prompt 2 or 3 times. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay, now for my guesses. I guessed Miss Scarlet with the lead pipe in the dining room and Miss White with the rope in the lounge. So I will put that over here, and then let me tell you what Stephanie's response was. It could not have been the lead pipe. The pipe has experienced a significant amount of creep. The force required to cause lethal trauma would have fractured the pipe, but it is still intact. So it cannot be the lead pipe. For my second guess, it could not have been the rope. Mr. Body's nephew had visited the day before and tied the rope onto a tree so they could swing onto the lake. The nephews are both Boy Scouts. The only suspect with the skills to untie their knot is Colonel Mustard, and he was in his antihistamine-induced sleep. Which is from a previous guess. This is hysterical. Okay, so can't be the lead pipe and it can't be the rope. So I have removed those 2 from contention. Now, and I don't know if I haven't mentioned this in a video, but you've seen it. I have my little scorecard that I put over here. I did not have any of the suspects that I couldn't roll out any of them. So we still have Mr. Green, Miss Scarlet, and Mrs. White. I have previously rolled out Miss Peacock, Colonel Mustard, and Professor Plum. So Mr. Green, I still have the Cleona eyeshadow motif. I have 4 uses to go on this. Then for Miss Scarlet, red product or packaging, I had used the MAC eyeshadow, but I'm going back to this. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Stick in Marigold Round, and I use this as like an all-over highlighter. So I would like to continue to work on this. This is how much is left in here. I've been rolling it into this project and other projects just to get some uses on it so I could eventually finish it. So there's that one. So let me see how many times I need to use this. Let me move some stuff out of the way. 7 times. All right, next is Mrs. White, a white product or packaging. I'm just going back to Mac Blanc type. I love seeing all this pan And it would be nice to finish like a single shadow at some point. So I'm going to roll this back in and let's see how many times I need to use it. 5. That should not be a problem. Next is Knife, a product used to contour. I am not bringing that Kevin Kwan powder back in. It's broken. Screw that powder. So I'm going with a sculpting stick. This is actually like a bronzer stick, but I use it very similarly. This is by Persona, and this is the Bronze Multi-Stick in Dune. I probably can only use this for like another month or so, and then I need to roll it out. Here is the shade because it's a little bit orange. There is the color, but you know, when you blend it out, it's not so dark. It's still pretty dark. So I'm going to use this probably one more time for the next month, and then, or however many uses I need to get out of it. And then I'll work on another like cream bronzer, but we're going to work on this one for a little bit. Sorry, I have an itch on my nose. Let's see how many times I have to use that. 9 times. Okay, and the last prompt is Wrench, a product you use to fix mishaps. This was a little bit of a challenge for me. I could not figure out what to do here, but I decided to go with this Milani Prep Set Glow Illuminating Transparent Powder. Now, I've had this one for a little while, but I haven't really spent too much time using it. This is, according to Mel Thompson, she had mentioned that this was a really great powder to buff, and so I bought it because she knew everything about buffing. So I'm going to use this to buff. And for me, that's fixing mishaps. There's the powder there. But I use buffing to help like smooth out any harsh edges, like make my blush not so crazy, my highlight not so crazy. So that's the reason why I'm going to roll this one in. I am working on my La Mer powder, but it's just really, I just want to get use on that, eventually be able to roll it out of my collection. I can take some time away to work on this for some uses. So let's see how many uses I need. 10 uses. So those are the 3 products, the Clinique Chubby Stick, the Persona Multi-Stick Bronzer, and the Milani Powder. Now we're going to go to rooms. Now, like I mentioned before, I kind of have library and dining room in my back pocket. So I'm not going to redo those. Instead, I'm going to go ahead and redo the lounge. Not instead. I am going to go ahead and redo the lounge. And that is a no makeup product. So I'm going to re-roll in this Sol de Janeiro because, you know, I'm still working on it. So let's see how many uses I need to use that product. 7. Then I'm going to roll in Kitchen, a baked product or a product that could be used for baking. So I went and found this JCat Beauty Triple Crown Baked Shadow in the shade Dulce de Leche. And this is like a 3-color shadow. And the reason why I'm rolling this in is because I've hit my goal on a couple of products that I would use for the inner corner. So I need an inner corner shadow. So this is perfect. And I kind of figured I could mix these top 2 shades. And there's the color there. Or, you know, maybe I can mix all 3. I don't know. Oh, it's so pretty. So yeah, we're going to roll this in. And let's see how many times I need to use it. Get my dice. I need to make some room here for a good roll. 9 times. And the last prompt I'm going to work on, I'm going to go ahead and roll in Ballroom, a product you save for special occasions. So I don't really save makeup products for special occasions. I mean, it's kind of like, what am I working on? And out of these 3 foundations, what looks good on me, like really, really amazing right now? I may go and grab something else if I'm going to a fancy party or something, but it's not that common. So what I decided to do is bring in a Tom Ford perfume. This is Soleil Blanc, and it smells amazing. Yum. So we're going to see how many times I need to use this Tom Ford Soleil Blanc perfume. 6 times. Okay. So that is everything for this update. I'm really excited about the new things I'm rolling in. I hopefully can get some rooms out soon because, like I said, I've got a little bit of a bank going on here. So I still have library, dining room, and then hopefully I can meet my goal for kitchen and ballroom and then lounge. And so then I'll have 5 options to choose from. Anyway, that is going to be it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you're doing well and staying safe. Please hit that subscribe button and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. And then I will roll. Okay, bye.